I mean,
He married my sister, now we're living together. Roommates in love.
Hello, Timothy.
hello. Well, you were trying to go.
I was going to say
Timmis.
Timmis again, but Timmis really does not hit.
I think when you say Timmis, it doesn't come off like Tomothy.
I don't think people get that I'm saying Thomas, but with Tim.
Correct. I
People are
agree.
just like, what is this nickname?
Timmis. Okay. Well, yeah, let's move on for that one as quickly as possible.
Cool, Tom. So your brain's really firing today, huh?
Let's see. Not roommates.
Not in-laws.
Good friends.
Great friends. Oh,
You back in the
great out there.
Damn, that's huge.
Yeah.
You know what I was thinking about looking at? You look like you're in the cabin from Dumb and Dumber.
Oh, like the
When they go to the
chalet?
lodge. Yeah.
The lodge. Yeah. I'm
Kinda
just
love that.
shaving.
Yeah, you look like you're about to go to a $500 a plate dinner in an orange tuxedo.
Harry, old buddy, old pal, join me for a pre-night toast. I love that movie.
You know what I like about Tom? You're a regular guy.
Make sure you stay regular.
Why don't we just hold on? I'm going to pull up the movie right now.
And we just
and
watch
then
it.
Why don't we just watch it live together?
It's almost 2 hours, so we could do the next two pods. Could just be that.
Yeah, or we could do one where it's like kind of a live tweet, but it's kind of a live pod, and then the next one, the finale, could be on Patreon.
I truly have never been interested in the podcasts that are like, oh, we watch a movie, or we watch, I finally watched The Godfather, or I finally watched The Sopranos, and give you my feedback. It's like, are you that interesting that people want to listen to you watch a thing?
But this is what makes me so mad about that. I'm like, what is your expertise here?
yeah. Like, do you have superior taste in
I'm
movies?
sorry. What exactly does your filmography look like? Show me some of the movies that you've either written or directed,
Like,
and then
no.
maybe we can criticize another movie.
Tim, you're missing the point. I've never seen this movie.
So what I'm going to be saying is like right off the top of the dome.
I'm just going to be riffing on it.
I have zero interest in that as well. It's also just like, hey, the audacity.
Yeah. I know, that's what I don't get. It's like, what makes you think that people want to listen to you talk about a movie? And now I'm thinking, what makes us think people want to listen to us talk about our weeks?
No, Tom, you're thinking way too deep into this. Don't you dare do that. At least we're experts on our own lives.
Sometimes I don't feel like that.
Well, I lost the plot for a few days here last week, but that's fine.
We all lose the plot once in a while. Cheryl would probably say that I am not an expert on my own feelings.
Well, at least you yeah, maybe that's a decent
I know
point.
the most about what's happening in my life, probably.
But maybe you misinterpret your own feelings.
Yeah. Oh, all the time. What are you talking about?
I don't
Almost
know how
exclusively.
I don't know how that feels, honestly.
Yeah, you've always got it pretty dialed in. You don't overreact to anything ever. Never accuse your close friends of trying to sabotage you.
It happened one time.
I would love to have Cheryl just be a guest on the pod for once. She'd be like, "You did do that one time, Tim."
Oh, she'd be exhausted by the end of this poor thing. I'd love to just go to therapy with you.
Yeah. Well, you kind of do sometimes. You just don't know it.
Oh, right. Well, but I'm saying that's kind of, I need to get the information as well.
Well, I try to give it to you sometimes. I just business Tom it in there.
You know, but I want it to come directly from the horse's mouth. I want to be like, oh, this is therapy stuff.
Okay, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, I've been trying to get you to go to
just
therapy
keep going,
for 1,000 years.
Go to therapy.
Yeah. I don't know what else to do about it here.
That's your big thing. It's just like, Tim, you're in desperate need.
That's me. That's
of a professional to talk to.
Business Tomming it into your life is me just saying, please, God, go to therapy.
I don't even know if that's business. That's just a fastball right into my life.
Yeah.
I just get a text from Tom in the middle of the day. It says therapy, 2 question marks. And I'm like, damn, that was so slick.
You're like, I was just kind of spiraling. How did he know?
I wonder what he's implying there. I mean, hey, look, I'm keeping it together a little bit. You know what I think I have? I think I have ADHD. I'm a master of self-diagnosis.
Right. Yeah. Welcome.
Maybe a little depression. maybe some delusion, maybe some anger problems.
Sprinkle in a little bit of everything. I got a real everything seasoning situation going on.
Honestly, a therapist would just like, yeah, I don't
there.
know, pick whatever you want. Yeah, you're kind of all of these.
We'll focus on one of them at a time.
What medicine would you like to start on?
That's not what therapy is. Therapy isn't getting on medication.
Well, if you go to a psychiatrist,
Yeah,
they toss some pills your way.
that's not what I'm trying to get you to do.
I could use some extra serotonin. I'm not mad at that. Give me an SSRI. Why the hell not?
Oh God, the world at some point will be pretty much self-diagnosis.
I mean, there's so much information on the internet.
And it's all accurate is the best part about it. So it's like you know exactly what's going on. I hope my dad listens to this because WebMD rules.
Well, they do it. It's almost like fortune reading. Like, you know how a fortune teller will be like, oh, I'm sensing some trouble in your intimate relationships. And that could be with your workers, your family, your friends. And they're
but
like,
your
oh
brain
God,
jumps to it.
goes right to it.
Yeah.
And you're like, holy shit, they're right. I think WebMD, they all do the same thing. It's like, are you having any trouble in like your torso, head, feet, or legs? And you're like, oh my God.
Oh my God. Yes. This is exactly how I feel.
I am having trouble in my legs.
They said if your tum-tum hurts, this is what it is. And my tum-tum hurts.
My tum-tums stay hurting.
That's what I'm sure doctors love. A visit or a call where they're like, well, I Googled it and this is what I saw. They're probably like, God fucking damn it.
Fucking piece of shit.
I spent 7 years of my life learning this.
I wonder if it has the opposite effect where it makes doctors be a little bit more on their toes. Because I mean, imagine in 1930, somebody comes in and you're like, yeah, you got quail legs. And they're like, well, I hope that's fixable.
And they're just kind of telling everyone that day that they have quail eggs.
Yeah, they're just like, I don't know. This is what you got.
Is it quail eggs or quail legs?
Quail legs.
Oh, okay. Because quail eggs is a whole different issue. That's a feminine only issue. But quail legs, that could be everyone.
They're like, I don't know how you got these in there, but these are definitely for a quail.
These are quail eggs.
But you know what I mean? In 1930, say whatever you want. If a doctor comes at you incorrect with some crazy diagnosis, you're like, I don't know here, pal. Look at this article I got.
Okay, yeah.
It came out 30 minutes ago. Did you know about this?
It says I'm not supposed to smoke cigarettes and do cocaine, but you told me to do that.
But you've been saying like, yeah, to all that. So
that it wasn't cocaine at some point like prescribed.
I'm pretty sure, yeah. Or like a mixture of cocaine. There was also, it was like, wasn't like meth prescribed I mean booze was like prescribed all the time.
They were like, just get drunk. You'll forget about it.
And the doctors were smoking while they were telling you this.
Also, they're not wrong. Like when I had COVID, my throat hurt so bad. I would just drink some whiskey, a lot of whiskey. And it did make me feel better. And then in the morning, then I'm like, I want to die.
Yeah. We talked about this last time. You just got drunk.
Yeah.
That's all it was.
Yeah.
You were like, oh, wow, this is only affecting my throat. You're like, honestly, I feel kind of woozy. And everything's hilarious right now.
That's probably just a side effect of the illness.
That's a side effect of the booze they gave me. Oh, God. All right. So how much longer are you in the woods, Tomas? You've been there for a minute.
2 more days. I actually went down to the cities for like a day and a half. Minneapolis.
The cities, the twin
St.
ones?
Paul. Yeah, the twins. Was down in St. Paul to celebrate St. Patty's Day with my 2 grandmothers.
There we go. Boy, you still got both the grandmothers.
I got 2 90-year-old grandmas.
Dang.
Both the grandpas have called it a day. But
they hung it up.
They tapped out. Isn't
that how it always? How old were they? How old were the grandpas? Grandpas are always the ones.
Like 87 and 89.
Telling you, we abuse ourselves.
Yeah.
Men always go.
You know,
kind of a blessing, honestly.
Yeah, I was just about to say that. I'm like, I think that's the move, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, why
leave first? You don't want to be the last person at the party.
No, God, because then you look at this one goes. You've been together for what? They've been together 55 years?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, at least.
Yeah, and then you go, well, who am I supposed to talk to now?
It's literally you're left at the bar. You think there's other people at the bar still, and then your best friend leaves, and you're like, That is kind of the only person I was hanging
Yeah,
out
you turn around, you're like, at least I still got. Oh no,
with. Oh shit. And I can't get
bar's
an
been
Uber
empty for
either.
42 years.
I'm gonna sit here by myself, wait for this bartender to drive me home.
And I mean, imagine you got everyone, this person, you got 55 years of like inside jokes and your own little language that you speak. It's gone.
Dude, I think I don't know. I can't remember when this came out. Oh, it was when Hamilton got really popular. Eliza Hamilton, his wife, she lived to be like 80 something at a time when the average, I mean, the life expectancy was like 32. She had to make new friends so many times throughout
All
her
the time.
life.
Also, with nothing in common with these people. They're like,
Yeah,
I guess I'll be friends with a 22-year-old.
It would be like us being friends with someone who grew up in the 1700s.
Yeah, and it's like, so I don't know. This is like a vampire. She's essentially a vampire.
Yeah. I couldn't get over it when they said that. They said it like in the play, I think, or something like that. They're like, she lived to be 83. I was like, what was she doing?
Dude, I bet people were like kind of dying to get to know her. I bet it would be because you're like, holy shit, this is the only of your kind.
She's a dinosaur.
It'd be like if a 300, it's like one of those tortoises. If one of those tortoises could talk, I'd love to talk to one of those things.
Yeah, honestly. They're like, so you've kind of seen the tectonic plates shift, huh?
Yeah, you're
What's
like, I
that
mean,
like?
what was the union like? Were you around when all that shit started popping off? That sounds crazy.
Oh God, that would
I know what
suck.
the Confederacy was like. We celebrated every Christmas when I go home.
Right, we're still big fans. Oh, speaking of, dude, you're about to be right in the capital of the Civil War starting tomorrow.
I was like, pardon me? Yeah. I forgot about this. This is
I don't
honestly,
think Trump is
this
actually,
like
I don't think they're going to arrest him tomorrow because they don't want it to start.
Well,
we'll
is like I feel like this is going to be like a Y2K situation. But I also predicted this about COVID and oopsie daisies. I think I was wrong. I was like, oh, it's going to be like Ebola. Nothing's going to happen 3 years later.
Well, also like January 6th, I feel like had very little buildup.
Yeah, because none of us are on QAnon. How would we have known?
That's true. I'm not really checking in with my uncles very often.
Yeah, like I didn't even know. I didn't really get what was happening on January 7th either. I was like, wait, they did what? To where?
Sorry, I was at brunch, but that sounds crazy.
Damn, wild as hell. I don't think it's one of those things where it's like they predict it. There's all this news about it. It's like when a hurricane comes and everybody prepares and then nothing really happens.
Yeah, except for sometimes when it does.
Except when it devastates an entire region of the country.
That you lived in.
I did. I sure was there.
You were
halted
there for
my
Katrina,
halted
huh?
my freshman year of college. Can you believe that?
What do you mean it halted it?
I mean, like
I understand what you mean, but how? Give me a time frame. Like, how long did this?
I don't know. Maybe 3 weeks.
Oh shit!
Maybe that's because I mean, like everybody was coming up.
You're eager to start too at that point.
I mean, I was, I had my little outfit laid out the night before, like you do in middle school.
Yeah.
I had a sick ass outfit too.
Were you going pencil behind the ear first day?
Pencil behind the ear.
I used to
first
wear a
day.
pencil behind the ear in high school.
I mean, why am I not surprised even a little bit?
I don't know why I thought that was a cool look.
Mechanical or number 2?
Mechanical.
Oh, okay. All right.
I'm still practical.
I think it's got to be like a filed down number 2.
That would be cool. Like a really kind of a short one.
Yeah. Like
Yeah.
maybe 3 inches because you're like it's got a lot of life in it. The eraser's pretty fucked up, but a mechanical.
Yeah, I don't know what I was doing. I really don't know. I don't know why I thought it was. I mean, I was a loser. That's
that's what it was.
The iceberg.
That's what it was. I was a loser.
I thought the coolest thing in the world was that I got to do the announcements.
Yeah, that's you're just an eager beaver. I don't know. There's nothing wrong with being an eager beaver.
God.
I don't know. I bet there were so many times because here's the thing about the whatever in the ear, you always forget that it's there. So there were probably plenty of times where you were using a number to or using a pencil
1,000%.
while a pencil was in your ear, and that's not a great look.
Or you like lean over the desk and it just falls out, and you're like, "Ah, God, now I gotta put it back in. It's on the
There it
floor."
is.
Rachel,
Shit.
would you grab? Yeah, I'm Tommy.
Yeah,
Nice.
I mean that's
Good to see you
classic
again.
backwards hat with sunglasses on. You're like, come on, man.
Yeah, what do you do?
You don't need both of these things.
I think that's a douchier move than a pencil behind the ear.
Ooh, I don't know. These
Backwards hat with sunglasses on? Come on.
I don't know. Those are
Don't
both
put me
playing in the
the
Final Four. Those are both getting there.
Come on. That's a pencil behind the ear.
I mean, look, what's the Final Four of high school douche? It's shorts during the winter. It's pencil behind the ear.
No, it's not pencil behind the ear. That's not in the Final Four.
Oh, it's the final. It's for sure in the Final Four.
Backwards hat, sunglasses. I mean, if you're putting that out there, that's a number 1 seed.
No. Number 1 seed is always freshman guy that's a freshman in college that comes back to the homecoming dance.
Oh, I didn't even realize that was he was in the tournament. Yeah.
Oh, that's for sure in the tourney.
Okay. And then I'm thinking guy who says he has offers to D1 schools and doesn't. And just clearly does not.
Okay. So now we're really getting into something here, Tom. So maybe okay, but it's pencil behind their ears, Elite Eight, maybe Sweet 16.
To me, it wasn't I'll say this: I wasn't a douchebag. I was a loser.
Yeah, those are different things for sure.
Like I thought it was like a cool, quirky look.
Like you were the.
I also did like I wore.
You were the student body government guy.
Yeah, I threw pens in my shirt pocket too.
Pencil protector?
No, I didn't have a protector.
Oh, okay. Because I'm like, oof, boy, there's so many layers to this Tom, and I'm just now peeling these things back. Yeah, this isn't douche behavior. This is. It's
like
nerdy,
but like kind of a bummer. It's like
a little bit of a bummer, but you had the class president to go with it. I mean, hey, you were the announcements guy.
Well, that was the same job.
Oh, okay.
Class president got to do it. Student body president, if we're
all right. We'll put it in the Sweet 16.
I'll take Sweet 16.
Because honestly,
in a blowout loss to D1 athlete guy.
I mean, that's not even close. That was not even close. The D1 athlete and the coming back for the high school dance, that's got to be.
Well, they're kind of cut from sometimes they're the same guy.
I would say a lot of times they're the same guy.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
And like that he wears not just a backwards hat, but it's a fitted backwards hat because he's on the baseball team.
Yeah. What are you at on letter jackets year round? Where are you at on that one?
What does the year round have to do with it?
Oh, because it's not cold all the time.
Oh, yeah. I guess I don't know. I lived in a state where I was like, that's kind of like a summer jacket. In the winter, it's definitely not a jacket.
Right.
In the winter,
summer letter jacket.
No, yeah, I don't like it. I don't like a letter jacket look almost ever. It's just
in
so
the winter.
cheesy.
I know, but in the winter, it's fair play.
Yeah, I didn't mind it more at Notre Dame in college. Because I was like, you're a D1 varsity athlete at a.
This is an actual thing.
Yeah, in high school, I was like, I know that costs $350.
Right.
And I'm also a varsity athlete. Like, look at me. I got a pencil behind my ear.
Yeah, I went to a 1A school. I never once wore a letter jacket because it was like, I mean, come on.
Yeah.
The managers have them.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not that big of a deal.
I loved like the warm-ups that we got.
Warm-ups were fun. What about, I just had a good one. Shit. All right, keep talking. It's going to come back to me.
Okay.
It was at least an Elite Eight douche move in high school.
Oh, man. I'm trying to think. I mean, I think no, I don't know. Those are kind of the top douchey moves.
D1 offers is heartbreaking.
I mean, it seems like that happens in every class. That there's
here's the thing. It's never the guy that's actually even being considered.
No, that's why it's so obvious.
For Division I athletics. It's so mind-blowing.
Well, and there was this one guy at my college or at my high school where like he was like 2 years younger than me. And when I was a senior, I mean, he's like a sophomore. He's playing on like the freshman or sophomore football team. He had like on like Rivals and Huddle, like the recruiting sites and stuff. It was listed that he had offers from like all these D1 programs. And I was like, what? How does this happen? And then it stayed the same all the way through. And then he got to college and he was playing at a D3 place somewhere that no one had heard of. It was like he kept up the lie until the day he went to college.
Well, you know what? If you've got all the major recruiting sites, backing you up? Maybe he wasn't lying.
No, but then he went to like a shitty D3 school in the middle of nowhere. It was like something was
he
off.
didn't accept the offer and then go, actually, I'm going to.
Yeah, because
it's always like Spring Grove College.
Yeah.
It's always something like that.
Yeah. But he had on his site, it said he was like offered by Cal and Hawaii and like all these like major programs.
Was his dad like a computer engineer? Because there's some sort of, somebody hacked the mainframe there.
I do think there might have been some hacking of the mainframe. I also he just had like a nerd working for him. But I think his dad was like an athlete. So he probably just like had connections or something.
Okay. Because sometimes you look at these guys. We had a guy in high school that was like, yeah, I'm getting offers from like Bama and Florida.
Oh,
and we're like,
man.
well, look, man, here's the weird news is like, you're shorter than I am. And you run about a 5'2" 40. I just don't think
you're just lying to my face.
I just don't think so.
Dude, I got in a situation like this recently where I kind of felt like it was I felt like I almost looked like one of these guys. We're at this is at the JFL audition at the Hollywood Improv, and it's like it's full of industry, this room. And I'm standing by the door, and I thought
Tom, I don't mean to interrupt you here, but it's actually pronounced dustry.
Oh, sorry. There's all sorts of deucers and gents and jurors in there. It's just full of the street. And I'm standing by the door with who I thought was a door guy. And he turns to me and he's like, dude, I've seen you a couple times here. Like, how long you been out here? And I'm like, oh, just not too long. And he's like, nice, man. Like, you got a jet? He starts asking me, he's like, do you have representation? I'm like, I got a manager, but
you got any tation or where you at on tation?
What's your sitch with the taste, dude?
You immediately start questioning your own Zisty when this guy's talking to you.
I'm like, oh, dude. Honestly, this makes me really self-shus.
Oh, fuck. All right. Any new listener, you got to go back a few sods.
Yeah,
figure out what the fuck we're talking
go
about.
listen to Deucers and Dustry. I think that's what that episode's called.
You'll figure it out from there.
And then come back. So go
now.
All right, welcome back.
Okay.
And and I'm like, no. And he's like, have you met with anyone? I'm like, I met a bunch of people from like WME, and he's like, nice. Oh, nice. Who? And I start like dropping some names of people that I legitimately just have met. Like,
right.
These are not people that are gonna represent me. They're people that have come up to me at shows and said, hey, I'm so and so, nice to meet you. And he goes, just before you go any further, I am with WME. And I was like, thank God you said that.
Woo!
I it's like in a conversation like that, I'm like, yeah, I've met with this person. I haven't met with them. I have met them.
You know what? I'm tossing that guy into the mix as hero of the week.
Dude, it was a hero move. I think he saw where it was going, and he's probably
he
seen
said,
it
hey,
happen.
let me stop you before you say anything that you might be embarrassed of.
Exactly.
Because in the door guy conversation, you might lay it on a little thicker.
I might be like, yeah, I've met with a bunch of. I'm trying to impress this guy. It's like all the people that work at these clubs, they're also comics, and they kind of book shows, and like I'm trying to impress this guy.
Sure, pad the resume
and now
a little.
I'm really trying to impress him, but he did save. I think he saved me a little bit.
I think he saved your life right there because what he could have done, and what I figured a guy like that would do, he's a gent.
Well, this is the second part of it. Is kind of funny because turns out he was kind of doing the same thing to me, but he goes, I'm with WME, and I go, oh shit, nice, and he's like, yeah, I just but that's awesome that you've met this person, whatever. And I go, yeah, well, actually. One of them is right over there. And this guy who I was talking about is like kind of he's a guy. Right. And he goes, oh, nice. I've actually never met him. Would you introduce us?
Oh, Jesus Christ.
He's brand new. He's like an assistant.
What is happening in this conversation?
It was just such an incredible industry. It was such an incredible dustry conversation because like he saved me from embarrassing myself. And then he kind of was like, but also, I'm below you on this totem pole here.
I mean, this is crazy. It's just parasites as far as the eye can see, all looking for a host.
Mm-hmm.
This is just nanners.
I go, oh, you don't don't you guys work together? And he's like, well, I'm in the New York office and I'm new and I'm an assistant.
And also he won't speak to me, but he doesn't let me on the conference calls.
But then
anyway,
then it was awkward. I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go get a drink in a second. And I'll tell him you're here too. Cause I was like, I don't want to go over during the show. I'm not gonna be like, hey, excuse me. Hey. Yeah, I know we just met 8 minutes ago, but
a guy that works in the mailroom at your office, he's like right over there.
Thought he was a door guy. Anyways,
he's like, "Oh, sick, dude. You're going to get a drink. Do you like know the bartender? Or like, what's the situation with they got any drink tickets?" Or
it just keeps going. It would be kind of an incredible Hollywood sketch. It's just everyone you try to talk to, it just has one more ask.
Everywhere you go, the bartender's like, "Oh, nice, dude. So I saw you just talking to that guy from WME. Like, do you think he'd give me like an assistant job?" Or
I actually used to work for him. I'm like, God damn. It was so funny though, because it was just a whirlwind where I was like, "Ooh, that was close to embarrassing myself." And then I was like, "Oh, I couldn't embarrass myself to
wait a
you."
second. No, you're embarrassing, actually.
Yeah.
I mean, what on earth is happening in Hollywood, Louisiana? I don't know what's going on over there.
It's a dark place. That's why I'm in the woods.
Hey, here's a cue. Have you met anyone other than the people that you already knew? Have you met a new person, a brand new, fresh new? Not somebody you've known a little bit, not somebody that you met from this, fresh new, that you're like, ooh, we could be friends.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Oh, okay. There we go.
There's a ton of awesome comics there that are also just transplants. None of the people that started there, but
Right.
but the people that are transplants, there's a ton of good like Bay Area comics. They give me a very similar vibe as Chicago people. Yeah, there's great folks there. My roommate rules.
Mostly from the Bay Area. But you knew the roommate before, right?
No. He was a friend of Drago's.
Cold. Okay. But that's not cold. I'm talking
all right,
ice cold.
That one's not cold. But the other ones are cold. Well, I don't know. How do you meet anyone? They're all like mutual friends. We're all comics.
Yeah, I guess it is Muchies. That's fair.
A lot of chulls. That's mutuals.
I guess I was just thinking about that. I was like, do I have an answer to that question? I don't think I met one person cold, and we've been chumming.
Yeah.
But that's one.
Yeah. I mean, the number isn't high.
Yeah, it's one or two. I mean, you know me with making new friends. You remember when we first met, Tom? I was charming.
It literally took a year and a half for us to become friends, and we had all the same best friends. You're cold.
Yeah. Man, I'm not cold.
You're not warm.
No, I'm not warm. No, I've never been accused of being warm, Tom.
No one's ever like, Tim seems like he's being too nice.
So what's Tim like? No one's ever like, great guy.
Oh, yeah. I think people would say great guy. I don't think they'd be like, he's going to be your best friend right away. Great guy is different than super nice.
Right. I don't, even when you get to know me, I don't think anyone would describe me as super nice.
No, I never would.
No. Yeah. Okay. So somebody says, what's Tim like?
I think I'd say great guy.
Uh-oh.
Great guy once you get to know him. It takes about a year and a half. Saddle up, partner.
It takes about a year and a half of you being in his friend group.
Yeah, you're going to have to be in a group chat with him for about a year, and then he'll start calling you by your first name. And that's a big day.
Who hurt me, Tom? All right, let's betterhelp.com. I need a do you have like a promo code or something, Tom?
Dude, maybe I can just hook you up with Cheryl.
Share Bear? Is she looking for do you get like if I go to 10 sessions, do you get like a $300 referral fee?
She already charges me so much less than what it costs to go to therapy. Because I don't have
she's like,
health insurance
Jesus
anymore.
Christ, she's like, and please come back.
That is when I canceled going because I said like I can't really afford to pay out of pocket, and she was like, "How about for a nickel?" And I was like, "Deal."
Share Bear, I'd love to go to Cheryl. So she does this over Zoom.
Yeah,
yeah.
well,
I guess I'm not going to fly to Chicago or Los Angeles.
I can't tell anyone that I left Chicago because she's technically not allowed to see anyone outside of Chicago.
Well, the good thing is that you still live right there in Boys Town.
Right on Roscoe, West Roscoe. That's technically my billing address for her still.
Shout out. Well, that was a good little apartment.
That was a great apartment. Man, I miss that place.
That's
That
not
was
bad.
less than I paid in rent to have two roommates in LA.
Oh boy, I think about Chicago every day.
Check out the ice cube in this old fashioned. Way too big.
I've been looking at the whole drink. It looks like you really did it there. That's
but it's like
not haphazardly thrown together at all.
Dude, look at it's the ice cube is the whole glass.
Well, it's just the classic. It's the giant cube.
Yeah, and I like a big cube, but this one it's too large. I plopped it in there after I made the drink, and the whiskey went over the brim.
Yeah, I mean, in that situation, you got 2 ounces of drink, 10 ounces cube.
It's by the end of this pod, I'm going to be drinking a glass of water.
But it looks like you really spent your time. You got the orange peel in there.
Oh yeah,
you got
dude.
Your
I like making a real old fashioned.
Were those already out there? Did you stop on the way and say, you know what?
I brought bitters.
Old Tom's gonna need a little something.
My mom bought me an orange. She goes, "Do you want an orange up there?" They were 33 cents.
I really love what the implication of that is. She knows you're not going to eat an orange.
Oh no, it was for old fashions.
Yeah.
She said,
like my mother would never think to do you need any ingredients for a cocktail?
Yeah, well, my parents are booze hounds, so.
My mom is a 1 glass of wine and it's OVA.
Oh yeah, my parents and I were drinking whiskey and wine all weekend. Dude, I gotta shout out my brother in a negative way here.
Oh shit! Sorry, I'm gonna put my hand back down.
No, he's like one of my favorite people. But he's a big pod listener. I know you guys have had beef. You've had venison before.
We
him.
squashed that venison though.
That's true. Yeah,
we
guys
hugged it out. We're boys now.
Yeah, and the roadkill deer hasn't come up in a while. I had some venison from him not that long ago, last weekend. Not roadkill. He actually killed.
I was about to say fresh cut though.
No, yeah. It was. There we go. It was his own. He shot it.
You got the good stuff. There we go.
It was incredible. But so I'm home. I'm at my grandma's house like yesterday. He comes in the door. He had just walked there in freezing cold. He's got his baby on his back, and his face is all flustered. And he goes, "Dude, I can't fucking listen to your pod sometimes. I get so disappointed in you."
What?
And I go, "What are you talking about? Hi, nice to see you." And he goes, "It's called a maul." I'm like, "What are you talking about?" He goes, "You were talking about chopping wood last week, not an axe. You called it a splitter. It's called a maul." He's like visibly upset.
See, this is not a podcast for real men, Tom.
No, dude. I'm like, if you could survive in the wilderness, turn our podcast off.
Hey,
right
look,
now.
if you have literally any calluses on your hands, just turn it off.
Just turn it off. He goes, it's a tool. It's got a name. I'm like, you're a tool. It didn't have a name. Shut up. I was so mad. I was like, shut up, dude.
I thought he was going to come in with an actual grievance here.
No, he's like, you're talking about this thing. It's not an axe. It's like a wood splitter. It's called a maul. And I was like, yeah, no one else who was listening to the podcast.
No one has been upset. He throws his headphones off.
Dude, legitimately, I think he did. He looked so flustered. Literally,
he risked his child's life to walk over here to yell at you about the mall.
His 1-year-old kid is on his back, and he's like, that's what he's thinking about. It was making me laugh. I was just thinking about it because in the moment, I got defensive back. I go, what, you want me to start a list of complaints I have against you?
Oh, see, now, no, Tom, no. You went personal.
Always, dude. When I get attacked, yeah, we're me and you have a lot of differences. We have a couple similarities, and that's one of them.
Few similarities.
If you attack me personally, I will whip out anything I know about your personal life.
I will say I don't know if that was a personal attack from Nick.
No, I guess if you attack me generally,
literally at all.
Yeah.
If you throw anything resembling heat my way, I will attack your life and your personal beliefs.
It was very funny. I was chuckling about it on the drive up here today.
Wait, so y'all cooled off, and how long did it take for you to realize that was kind of hilarious?
It was 8 seconds.
Oh, okay.
I go, you want me to start a list of complaints against you? And he laughed, and then I was like, all right.
Oh, okay. I thought this was like actual beef.
I thought he was actually venisoned up about it.
No, I mean, hey, look, this is a man that actually, does he work with his hands?
Well,
he's out in the woods.
He's like an urban farmer. Like, he's like a nurse and he lives in the city, but like in his backyard, he has chickens and he grows all of his, he collects maple syrup from the trees in the city.
No. See, this guy has no business listening to the things that you and I say.
All right, his other podcasts that he listens to us, and then he listens to legitimately like wilderness podcasts. Like if you got dropped in the middle of the woods, what would you do?
Turns us off, turns on ice road truckers and shit like that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. No. What
People,
we got nothing
Ice
to
Road
offer.
Truckers is honestly probably too buttered up.
He's like,
for
these fucking pussies.
yeah.
These
Like the
fucking
show
pussies.
Alone. Have you ever heard of the show Alone?
Mm-mm.
It's you get literally dropped and you have to film yourself. You get dropped in the middle of like northern Canada, and it's a crazy show. And he watches that and thinks I could do this.
See, I think most guys do. I could not. I would be dead within. Have you watched Last of Us, the show on HBO?
Of course.
So, wait, you did?
Yeah.
Oh, what the fuck? Incredible. I didn't know we had a show to talk about, Tom.
I'm a cinephile, dude. I watch
You're-
everything.
Showophile. But Lizzie, the dude. Shut up, Tom. The dude, we're watching it. Lizzie was like, yeah, I think I would team up with him. He'd be a really good guy to team up with. Like, I think if that ever happened, I'd have to find a guy like that. And she just kind of said it like, and I'm sitting here, I'm like, hey, what am I, chopped liver? What are you talking about?
Well, no, you'd get smoked pretty quick.
I mean, but then, you actually start to think about it. I would be dead almost instantly.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I would sleep in too late, and then someone would just find me.
For sure. I'd be all cuddled up, and they'd be like, hey, these things are charging. And I'm like,
The problem
I need 10 more. I need 10 more minutes.
I think I could maybe survive just to an annoying point. Like, because I grew up like camping. I have a lot of the knowledge of like, but I don't think I have like that drive, that edge. So I think I would just kind of make it past the first wave and then die a really brutal death.
Or like you'd make it long enough just to be a real weight on everyone else.
Or desperately alone.
Right.
Yeah.
But I mean, could you get out there and like actually like you could make a fire, you could build some shelter.
Yeah, I could.
You would know
do
what
some of that
berries
shit.
to eat, that kind of shit.
No, that's where like my brother goes foraging as a fun activity. I don't know shit about what to eat. Like we've been in like me and him when we're like hunting, we've been walking through a field and he just like sees something. He's like, that's this plant. If you fry it, it tastes just like steak. And I'm like, no, it doesn't.
And you're like, well, that's okay. No.
He's gonna hate that I just said that too, because I just made up both those things. He's like, I was talking about, he'll say some other plant.
He's like, I also said it tastes like grapes. And it would never taste like steak.
But like he knows all this shit. I don't know that stuff, but I could like make a fire and get some shelter going. And I could.
So you
hunt.
would be like the guy. You'd be like the end of the wild guy. You go out there, you could survive for a little while, but then you get yourself into a little pickle, and now you die in a bus.
Yeah, would love a pickle. Honestly, that would keep me going another day. I thought about this recently because like last week I posted about like being in the woods, and like several people said like man versus nature or like Tommy versus the wild. I'm like, I don't want it to be a versus thing. It's more of like I'm next to the nature and I respect it and I want it to be right there. And
or
I say,
Tommy looking at nature.
Yeah, Tommy says, "What's up to nature?"
Yeah, from his heated cabin.
Yeah, dude. That's like people are like, "Oh, you're in the woods." I'm like, it's pretty.
Like, it's a decent setup.
Yeah,
I did have a plumber come the moment I was inconvenienced.
It's not inconvenience. There's poop water coming up through the shower.
Okay, that's not an inconvenience where you come from. Interesting.
That's an emergency.
I mean, yeah, I just couldn't. I was never a camper. I mean, we're going on a camping trip in a few months. Even with all of my friends around, I think I might perish.
No, we're doing like state park camping. That's gonna be cozy.
That's like the. That's
Well, it's like you got your car
the
right
layman's
there.
camp. Oh, okay.
Yeah, you're not like hiking in with backpacks full of shit.
Oh, thank God. That's what I was
At least I don't
envisioning
think we
in
are.
my head.
I'm pretty sure we're like car camping.
Oh, huge. So wait, are we like around a bunch of people?
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's less fun.
It won't be like it depends
Wait,
on
so
the
there's like
state
people
park.
like right there. We're like, hey, Jerry, good morning.
Sometimes at a state park, there's a campsite 18 feet from you.
Oh, what? What's the point of camping?
It still is very fun.
Okay,
But
do you like get to
we
know the
are-
people next to you?
We are going to be the group that people hate being by.
Well,
because
there's
we'll be
just
up late drinking around the fire.
There's no chance we're likable at this campsite.
No, you want your camp neighbors to be the quietest couple you've ever met in your life.
Well, here's a cue. Are we like, is there like adult campsite and then campsite where the kids go? Or could there possibly be like 9-year-olds right next to us?
Yeah, don't run around naked.
I just feel like we could get into some trouble.
You're stressed about this trip that's like 4 months away.
I mean, we have some real hooligans coming on the trip.
I think this is a pretty good campground. It's not like if you go to one of the ones that's like right outside LA, that's what it is. It's like it's a parking lot with trees in it.
And people just go there to eat mushrooms and say they got out of the city.
Yeah.
Okay. So, but where are we going? We're in the woods in Wisconsin?
We're in upstate. No, we're going to New York, dude.
Are we really? Okay.
You have no idea what this trip is.
No, I said, yes, I'll go. And that's all the research I did.
Yeah, we're going like upstate. So I think we're going to the Catskills.
Oh, okay. I've heard of the Catskills on like old timey TV shows.
And like folk songs.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too. I don't know anything about it.
Wait, who chose this?
Jeffrey, I think.
So none of us have ever been to the Catskills.
No, but it's known to be a good camp.
Okay.
area.
But who we got there? You're a camper. Jeff's a camper. Higgins is a camper.
Yeah, that'll be enough. Greg's a camper.
Greg's a camper. And then the rest of us are just clinging to y'all for dear life.
Yeah, Matt did fine when he came with us to Door County, Wisconsin.
Oh, okay. If Matt can survive, I can survive.
I mean, he wore skinny jeans the whole time, but he survived.
I've never every time we played golf with Matt, he would wear skinny jeans.
I know, and he beat me.
And
I had a fun interaction with my grandma this weekend. One of my 90-year-old grandmas. She just turns to me and she goes, "Well, are you having fun?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm having fun, Grandma." She's like, "Do you love what you do?" I'm like, "Yeah." She goes, "Well, I'll tell you what. I watch TV every day, and you could do better than them."
Of course, yeah.
And I'm like,
course.
"Thanks, Grandma. What are you watching?" She's watching like Bold and the Beautiful and like all the soaps. And she's like, "These actors are terrible." I'm like, "Yeah, that's kind of the genre, is like dramatic acting."
She's like, "The writing is fantastic."
Yeah.
The
writing
acting,
on
not
General
so
Hospital,
much. Yeah.
top tier. And then she goes, "Well, I'll tell you what. I am pretty good at writing letters to folks. So who can I bug about getting you on TV?"
Man.
I go, "Oh, I don't think that's how it works." And she gets really serious. She goes, "Well, when I was on the city council, I got a lot of stuff done." Like,
I just can't wait. I can't wait to be old.
yeah, that kind of rules. She lives in a world where she could write a letter and my career is going to change.
And where when you're like, I don't think that's, and she's like, he clearly doesn't know about my city council days.
Yeah, this is city council for a suburb of St. Paul, Minnesota.
Like, I just can't wait to be, you get to say folksy old shit and everybody thinks you're really saying something.
Yeah.
You get to kind of do whatever you want. You kind of get carte blanche just to live however you want, but they're so out of it, they don't really know to take advantage.
Here's an opinion. Here's a yun for
Here's
you.
a yun, yeah.
Here's a little penny. You should start saying old folksy stuff now.
Yeah.
Because then you'll be like, you'll be one of those guys that people are like, he's kind of like from another time.
He's an old soul.
He's an old soul. Yeah. I think people who are old souls get way too much credit for being unique. And it's like, no, you're just weird.
No, you're just kind of a weirdo. But I can't say old things and then also look old.
Yeah. Well, you don't look that old.
Because then people will be like, damn, I guess he is like 62.
He's actually, I thought he was just kind of joking around, but no, he said knee high to a grasshopper very seriously. He said soda fountain instead of bodega twice.
Oh, boy. He has been saying colored a lot. I don't know what's happening with Tim.
I'm bleeping that.
No, I can't start saying old people things. I got to go the other way. I got to start saying, God, I got to start saying like dead ass and shit like that.
Dead ass. Yeah. I think that's our generation.
Is that? I lose respect for people instantly when they say shit like that.
That's not Gen Z. That's a millennial term.
No, that's younger than millennial. Dead ass?
Dead ass. Yeah, that's like my friends say that.
That's heartbreaking.
Gen Z, I bet, doesn't know what dead ass is.
No, yes, they do. I watched a TikTok where some 9-year-olds were saying like dead ass is like the thing.
Ah, well, maybe it's like.
But you ever seen a man say that? You ever seen a man say dead ass?
I think I went through a dead ass phase. I think.
No, there's no chance on earth.
Yeah, because my two roommates in San Francisco said it all the time, so I just kind of picked up on it.
Deadass is that old?
Yeah. Plus, it started in like black culture, and one of my roommates was black, so he said it a lot.
Well, yeah, I was under no illusions that white people started that.
I know, but we really took it over, as we do.
There was no chance a couple of white guys started.
Yeah, but this was in 2017, 2016, 2017. Yeah, dead ass was
okay.
A thing.
It's older than I thought. Then you know what I find hilarious? You ever heard somebody describe something as cheeks?
I hate that.
That just cracks me.
It is funny though. It is very funny.
I'm sorry. This is cheeks.
Like
right
it's
now.
Ass. Yeah.
That's so funny. That one can stay.
All right. We're cool with cheeks.
All right. I don't know. I feel like we're really running out of things to talk about.
I know. I'm
snuck up on us.
Still stuck on quail eggs.
I don't know. I did a show the other night. A girl's on mushrooms. She tried to ruin it.
She was on mushrooms and she tried to ruin it. You'd think it was the opposite effect. If you're on mushrooms, you're like freaking out.
No, I was like, aren't you? This is supposed to make you a more empathetic, open-minded person.
Yeah.
You stink.
And what'd she say?
I didn't handle it very well, if I'm going to be honest with you.
Okay. What'd you do?
Looking back on it, I really didn't like have any witty retorts. I was just like, will you shut up? I was so annoyed.
I did.
You know, you're trying. I'm trying to get through new here, Tom. I'm just trying to remember what the joke is. And then I got a girl going, I don't know. What do you think?
She's jumping in.
Well, I'm like, surely you're drunk. No, on mushrooms. Her friends didn't tell her to quiet down. I kind of blame the friends.
I had a guy in Austin when he yelled something and I said, what was that? And he didn't respond. And I was like, no, for real. I thought he said something mean. I don't remember what I thought it was, but I thought he said something that like it got me. And I was like, no, say it.
Fucking say it, dude.
I was like, say it. And he goes, I'm freaking out. I'm on mushrooms right now. And I was like, oh, I'm so sorry. Never mind. No, you're good.
Stay in your own universe. Stay in your own zesty right now. You do you.
It was kind of a beautiful moment. He was like, God, fuck.
No. He didn't even know that he said it that loudly.
Oh, yeah. And I don't think it was mean-spirited, whatever he said.
I love that you were instantly like, fucking say it again, Chief.
Yeah. Well, I wasn't doing very well either at the time. So I was like,
I was
like, this guy just said, this guy said I was cheeks to his friend.
Yeah, this dude right on, I'm dead ass serious. It's cheeks.
I'll fight you dead ass right now, dude.
I don't know. I was just in like not a great. My headspace wasn't great. I should have because I knew I was in a bit of a poo-poo mood. So I was like, I'm just gonna do material.
Yeah,
you can't go wrong just doing the material.
You were not stoked to deal with someone.
I wasn't dying to like do crowd work or talk to anybody's deal with their shit in the crowd. And so I'm up there and I'm like cooking a little bit. And then now this girl starts chiming in. And I'm like, stay the course, Timmy. Don't you get sucked in.
Yeah.
But then it got loud enough where you have to address. And I would say I've realized at one point it was like dead silent. And I wasn't even like smiling or anything. I was just like staring in her direction. And I was like, I think I'm scaring the shit out of people right now.
Yeah. Now it's kind of just like she's in trouble. I'm a principal. This is not fun.
And I have a bit of a menacing face when I'm not in a great mood. And it was like pin drops. And I was like, oh, rut-row. Took me a few jokes to crawl back out, but your boy crawled.
Once in a while, we have to remember that they don't know how hard we're trying at this.
Or how hard it is.
Because I've been a little hard on myself this week since my weekend at Sisyphus. Doing an hour 3 times. I have done an hour 3 times in my life before that.
Right.
And one of the shows, there was a lot of talking during the feature set. And it's them talking to the feature talking back. There's just this one lady would not let it go, and I
now they start talking to each other. Feature's not even involved. That's when you're fucked.
Just pure chaos, and I get on stage angry, viscerally, and I'm like, "Are you happy with your contribution to the show so far?" And she's like, "What?" And I'm like, "Do you feel like you made it better?"
I mean, like, you had an hour to go.
I was so upset. And it was a very similar moment to what you said, where I kind of looked around and I realized that everyone was kind of like, ooh.
Like, oh, shit.
And then it was like, thank God I pulled like an easy one out of there. But it was just because her daughter was there too. So there was an easy out. But like,
right.
But there was a moment there where I was like, maybe this is the hour. Is me being upset.
Well, I just can't believe you started with it, because at least when I had my little moment with this woman, I had 8 minutes left.
Oh yeah, at 48,
which could arguably be, I don't know, maybe I was more fucked with 8.
Right, I got more time to win them back.
Yeah, don't forget all about it.
I did kind of want to just be like, hey, don't do this anymore.
Yeah, this sucks. This is so lame.
I don't want to have to do this for 45 minutes.
Yeah. Because that was my thing. I was like, maybe if I just squash it,
you can get through.
Then I can move on and it'll be fine, which actually did turn out to be true.
Probably was the right move.
But in the middle there, I mean, it was quiet.
Oh, it's fun. But I think that's where, like, after doing some reflecting afterwards, I was like, I could have been more lighthearted about that and still done the same thing. Because a couple of people afterwards was like, I love how you shut that lady down. But I was like, yeah, but I was so angry. Like, I could have done the exact same thing with a better demeanor.
Yeah, but it may not have worked, because she may have thought like, oh, he's still having fun with me.
Maybe. I don't know.
Maybe
I
you gotta
watched
bring
the
the heavy
video
hand.
and I was not pleased with myself with how I looked.
But isn't it incredible how other people interpret the things that you do? Like, you were like, what a fucking dickhead I was. But the comics in the back were like, damn, dude.
They were like, wow, that was cool. You kind of shut her down.
Yeah, he just kind of big league.
I was like,
you know what I mean?
You
always interpret things differently.
Yeah.
Like, no, you were watching a man make bad decisions in real time.
I was fuming.
Tom, where are we at?
I think we're pretty close to wrapping here. Did I write down anything else? I got one funny thing that happened. This is like a real Curb Your Enthusiasm moment that I had. Did I already tell you that it happened a few weeks ago? I just forgot to write it down. I don't think I did. I was in an Uber to the airport and I leaned on the window button and it rolled down. And now I'm like, he thinks I farted. And so I roll it back up and I go, sorry, that was an accident. And he goes, what? It turns down the music. I go, I didn't mean to roll the window down. and he goes, okay.
Yeah, great, man.
Driving.
He's like, hey, look, you're my 46th passenger of the day. I couldn't care less.
I don't think he even noticed that the window. It was,
and he certainly wasn't up there going, what the fuck was that?
It was making me laugh so hard the rest of the car ride, because then I just sat there replaying it. I was like, what was that?
This guy just rolling the window down for 2 seconds and rolling it back up. What does he think this is?
And he turned down the music for me to say, I didn't mean to roll the window down.
I mean, that was pretty much your mushroom audience guy moment.
It was the exact same thing. It was that, and then I was like, why am I talking?
Yeah, and you're going, well, this is completely unnecessary. I have nothing of value to say to you. I'm sorry I rolled the window down.
Sorry, turn the music back up. I like your tunes, dude. They're dead ass so good. Everything else, honestly, other Uber driver
tunes are cheeks, but I'd rather it than this moment right now.
Oh God,
cheeks is funny. All right, Tom, let's get the hell out of here.
All right, let's wrap. This comes out Thursday. Well, I'll be at Acme with this is fun. I'm looking forward to this. Acme with Kelsey, Wednesday, Thursday, 2 Friday, 2 Saturday. They're all sold out already.
Wait. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
Wednesday, Thursday, 2 Friday, 2 Saturday.
Woo!
6 of them, all sold out already.
All hitting the feature button too.
Hitting the feature. It's just
Ooh.
It's
Boy, that's just a
cozy.
warm bath to slide into.
It's gonna be so much fun. That room is amazing. It's like comedy on state level.
Yeah, that's gonna really, really slap around.
And then I'll be in Dubuque Comedy Bar the next weekend. So
hey, soak it in while you can.
It comes in waves, folks.
It ebbs and flows, as they say.
If you happen to be in Iowa, come to Dubuque.
Go on out to Dubuque. You're gonna have a good time. Who you got with you over there?
Grant Winkles from
Oh,
Minneapolis.
that's right.
Have you met Grant?
G-Dubs. We know each other via the internet.
Okay, he's an awesome dude. He's very funny.
Yeah, I've heard good things about Grant.
Wait, he didn't meet you at Sisyphus? He helps run that place.
Love Grant. Met him a few times. No, I don't think so.
He might not have. I mean, he's on the road a lot too. But
I don't think so. Let's see. I'm at CYS. Never mind. That's on Wednesday. I'm going to be at. Come see me this weekend at Sesh Comedy.
Best show in New York.
Best show in New York. Gonna be there all night Saturday. Come see your boy.
You hitting CYSK on Wednesday though? That's fun.
On Wednesday, but this comes out Thursday. Irrelevant.
True.
So
you ready crushed.
Yeah. I'll tell you, it was an amazing show. Just truly amazing people that run that show. And then all the stuff in April where we'll the boys ride in April.
We got 2 runs with Jeff Asmus coming up.
2. I got an Asmus, and we got the boys absolutely ride in Chicago.
Oh yeah, and then us. Oh yeah, please God, Zany, Chicago. I'm trying to sell this thing out before the end of March. So if you're in Chicago, buy a ticket right now.
Buy a freaky tiki. Why the hell not? Go see Drago first, and then come see the young man.
And if you can only see one, don't see Drago.
Gotta make it the young man. Sorry, you just have to make it the young man. All right,
we love you guys. Bye.
Bye.
He married my sister, now we're living together. We're